You came here, with this the Whitman program,
Yeah.
and I just want to know, what effect does Whitman have on you
Yeah.
as like a writer? Do you think he influenced your style or
Oh
your
my gosh,
view on Brooklyn? Or
yeah, I love Walt Whitman so much, and I'm always reading Leaves of Grass, and just his whole, like, what I love about Whitman is just it's like, I hate to say self-love because that sounds so like kind of like a woman's magazine, but it's more like self-acceptance. Like, his self-acceptance to me is just so inspirational. Like, his poem that goes on and about every aspect of his body and everyone else's body, and like, and the land, and just mothers and sons and dogs, and just the love and acceptance of all this stuff. It seems really spiritual to me, and really beautiful. I mean, I really love Whitman. And the older I get, the more I actually love him, on the way that it kind of encompasses everything. I think that's so amazing,
do you still feel like you need to nurture an idea of God, and can you accept that in
Yeah,
yourself,
I mean,
or do you think that God is nurturing you as well? Or
yeah,
is
I think it's a two-way. Yeah, I mean, but to me, it's very important not just to have God be separate, be this thing that's way outside yourself, that's up in the sky. That's
Right.
like, I mean, to me, a big thing was, when I was reading some of these, like, early mystical texts, like the Cloud of Unknowing, when like some of the advice they give, one of the things is like, don't always be straining up, just be like, God is everywhere. That was like mind-blowing to me, like, because I was so used to this idea of a very exterior God. So it's important to me to feel like there's a presence that's nearby, or even is also part of myself and part of the world that I can
The transcendental
feel connected to. Yeah, I mean, that's very key for me.
in these times, like right now,
Yeah.
everyone says, "Oh, I'm late. The economy, whatever.
Yeah,
Just
right,
blame
of
the economy
course.
for
Yeah,
anything."
yeah.
But in these times right
Yeah.
now, do you think it's wise to follow or pursue like a career in academia or
Yeah.
scholastics rather than go for a job with somewhat of a guaranteed source of income or
Right.
something?
Well, I
of
think
the
you
sort?
should really just do what you like. I mean, I think it's nice to have money, and a certain amount of money is necessary for for comfort. I think, but you don't really need that much money to be happy. But I think you do need like a real passion.
Yeah.
And real engagement in your work. And I never understand people that are like, well, during the day I sell insurance, but my real passion is skiing or whatever. They don't seem like they've gotten their work and their passion together. And to me, that's wrong. I mean, to me, I feel like you need to find the thing that you feel really passionate about, and you need to just do it and not worry so much about what's going to happen. I mean, I know that sounds kind of crazy in a way, and it's not very conventional, but I think that to me that's the way to go, because I feel like those other things will come if you
Right.
are very engaged and you're very interested in the thing, and you'll have more and more ideas and you'll get more and more excited.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's my advice on that.
I'll take it. I'm gonna take that and run
Good.
with it.
Take it. Yeah, exactly.
You said
Yeah.
Lent is an interesting time for you.
Yeah.
What was it about Lent, coming and reading that
Well,
made it interesting for you?
I'm always mixed about Lent, because I do feel I know I'm a liberal Christian basically, and so the liberal Christian idea of Lent is that you focus more on new life, spring, new life, resurrection. But it's really hard for me to shake, some of those ideas of the sorrow of Lent, and the idea of the passion, and
Right.
and also the idea that there's any meaning in suffering seems to be gone out of the world now. Like, everyone feels like that's a terrible thought, and like, and that's just crazy. But I do think there's a certain amount of value in suffering, in suffering and darkness, and that is a good conduit to God. So Lent is a time where I feel myself very February is hard for me, and March in New York, it's like it's 55, it's 40, it's like all over. That I feel that idea of that kind of pressed downness of life, and it's hard for me not to reflect on that and feel in that place.
So by going back
Yeah.
into this, your past history, was that bringing you to like a darker place? Do you think, or because the way
You mean my book?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, I think to go through some of those experiences and to really think about them, I think, I think there was some darkness there. I mean, I don't know if it was made any better by writing about it, but I think I was able to understand some of it better.
Okay.
I mean, some of the feelings that I had, I think when my family left the church after my father wasn't a minister anymore,
Right.
I mean, that was really hard to go out in the secular world, and I don't think I had really ever thought about it.
Really?
Like, I knew that I was feeling lonely and weird and a little bit unhappy, but I didn't really understand that it was that I enjoyed the church and the rectory and the whole kind of congregational life that I was missing once I left.
being like the daughter of a minister, I
Yeah.
guess you can kind of either go one way or the
Right,
other with
yeah, a lot of
religion.
people do. That's like it's a cliche in a way, the wild minister's daughter. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. That's
Yeah,
true.
it's true.
And but you were saying that you believe that it's better for like a personal relationship with God, that you can establish a
Right.
personal, understanding yourself first, and
Right.
kind of,
Right.
at least that's
Yeah.
what I extrapolated.
Yeah,
from.
yeah. Well, that's definitely my own experience. I mean, I think there are people that are really meant to go and work in Bosnia and work in soup kitchens, but I'm really not one of them. But it's important for me not to feel like that I have a lesser, like a lesser meaning or mission,
Right.
which I think for a long time I did. I felt like if I didn't have that initial social service, real kind of working in God's army feeling, that I like what was I doing? I was doing nothing. But it's important for me to feel like even in my own way, through my own life and through my writing and the people that I talk to and whatnot, there's certain amounts of spiritual meaning there. It's important for me to feel that.
Do you think that you express that through your writing, your ideas, and do you think if you did,
Yeah.
the world would be a better place? Because I
That's
agree with that.
That's a big question. I don't know. I know. I would like to
Never
think
mind the
that
world, but just
the
people that
world.
read.
I don't know. I would like to think that. I think when I read, I know what I like is like, even if the book is dark or I don't agree with the book, I feel the humanity of the person in the book, and that definitely like enlarges my own humanity.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel like a person that could be more understanding and take in more and whatnot. So of course, I hope when people read my book in turn that they feel that way as well. I mean, that's my hope. But, I don't know. I hope people don't read my book and then want to go out and have a bar fight. You know what I mean? Like,
There's nothing wrong with that. Somebody has to. Somebody
yeah.
has to go to Bosnia.
No, I
Someone
guess
has
that's
to have
true.
a bar fight.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, it's
Keep
true.
it. What's the significance of your tattoo?
Well, my tattoo, I got my tattoo at a point where my life was really confusing. I was, leaving my marriage and lots of different things were happening in my life. And I wanted to get a tattoo. So I decided that I would get some kind of Sacred Heart, but I didn't want to get the traditional cartoon Sacred Heart. I wanted one that was more manifest. So I had a friend that modeled the tattoo on Mary's tattoo. It's because it's flowers and flames rather than like thorns and flames. So I don't know if it really has any significance, specifically. It has to do just that I felt like I was different at that point in my life, and I wanted to demarcate it.
Okay.
So I got my tattoo. I haven't felt that since then, so I don't have any other tattoos. Like a lot of people keep on going.
They say it's addicting. I have 3 myself. So
I know,
It's
yeah.
kind of addicting. But
So
I
far
like
just
the
one.
flames. It's kind of like Hindu-esque almost.
I really
the
like it.
shape
And
of
people always said, "Oh, don't get it. You're going to regret it." I have to say, loved it when I got it. Love it now. I have no mixed feelings. I'm the worst. I'm a mother's nightmare because I'm just like, get a tattoo. If you really want a tattoo, get one. It's fantastic.
So is Abby going to go and get a tattoo?
Well, we've talked about it. I'm like, temporary tattoos are the way to go now.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
And my thing is, when you really know you want to do it, I will support it. But that probably won't be. I was maybe 37.
So she has another 20 years.
Yeah, so at least 30 is my plan. At least 30, not
fine, a mother
18.
daughter.